Welcome to DSEJ Home Classes, an attempt to connect learner with instructor, a digital initiative by Directorate of School Education, Jammu. Myself, Sabar Hussain, teacher, GHSS Punch. Have you ever heard or seen a person who is often teased for being lazy and coward, but who later turns out to be courageous or heroic? The poem which I am going to teach you today narrates story about a dragon who is teased for being a coward but later proves brave by saving the life of those who used to look down upon him. The name of the poem is The Tale of Custard the Dragon, written by Ogden Nash. About the poet. Frederick Ogden Nash was born on August 1902 and died on May 19, 1971. Was an American poet famous for his light verses. He was known as producer of humorous poetry. Nash had a fondness for crafting his own words whenever rhyming words did not exist. He received Sarah Joseph Hale Award in 1964. Here is the poem. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a yellow trailer little pet dragon. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little grey mouse she called him Blink, and the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard. But the dragon was a coward, and she called him Explanation. The poet says that there was a little girl named Belinda. She lived in a white little house with some creatures who were her pets. They were a black kitten, a grey mouse, a yellow dog, a little red wagon, and a creature that the poet says was really and truly a dragon. The poet explains the name of all the pets that are tamed by Belinda. He says that the name of black kitten is Ink, the name of grey mouse is Blink, the little yellow dog has had yellow color, so she called him Mustard, and the dragon that was a coward means was weakling called Custard. Custard, the dragon, had big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath. Mouth like a fireplace, chimney for a nose, and Trulio daggers on his toes. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice, safe cage. The poet said that dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on top. On the lower part it had scales which were bony plates. His mouth has been compared to the fireplace. Even his nose is compared to a chimney. His feet are like a sharp knife. So now the poet explains the bravery of various characters. He says that Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink were so brave that they could chase lions. The dog Mustard was very brave, just like an angry tiger. But to contrast all of them, Custard, who was not brave and was afraid of everything, that he always demanded a safe cage. Belinda tickled him. She tickled him unmerciful. Ink, Blink, and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laugh in the little red wagon at the Relio, Trulio, cowardly dragon. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said, "Wreck," which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his when age. Custard cried for a nice, safe cage. Belinda used to stroke the dragon in a very cruel way. Ink, Blink, and Mustard made fun of him by calling him Percival. They used to tease the dragon while sitting in their little red wagon. The poet says that Belinda used to laugh so loudly that her voice echoed in the house. Blink the mouse used to laugh and make a sound of wick. On the other hand, Ink and Mustard would tease him by asking the dragon his age whenever he used to demand for a safe cage. Suddenly they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. "Meow!" cried Ink, and "Oof!" cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window, pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate means no good. Explanation. So, all of them were making fun of the dragon. They heard a sound of someone entering the house. When they looked towards the window, they saw a pirate climbing up the wall. The dog barked at him, and the kitten meowed to him. Belinda cried oof because all of them were scared of pirates. The poet describes the appearance of the pirate. He says that pirate was holding pistols in both of his hands and had a little sword too with his teeth. He had black beard and his one leg was made of wood. This means that though the pirate was a disabled man, but he was frightening all the other characters. Moreover, he intended to harm them. Belinda paled and she cried, "Help! Help!" But Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the house hold, and little mouse blinked strategically mouse hold. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. With a clatter and a clank and a jangling squirm, he went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. When all of them saw the pirate, they got frightened. Belinda was so frightened that she turned yellow due to fear and started crying for help. Mustard also cried for help. The kitten Ink ran down towards the bottom of the house as if he had already planned for it. The mouse Ink ran into his little mouse hole in order to save himself. When all other characters that were earlier defined as brave got frightened, the dragon did the most unexpected thing. He jumped onto the pirate and made such a strong sound with his nose as if the engine was producing a sound. Not only this, he hit his tail on the ground with great force that is produced a heavy sound of metal being rubbed against each other in the underground prisons. He attacked the pirate just like Robin Bird that attacks the worm. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. He fired two bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him. No one mourned for the pirate victim. Ink and Blink in glee did curate around the dragon that ate the pirate. The pirate got so shocked by the dragon's reaction that he opened his mouth wide with shock. To gather some strength, he drank some alcohol from a container in his pocket. After gathering some courage, he fired two bullets on the dragon but missed it. Custard the dragon at every bit of this fights looking pirate. When the pirate was dead, Belinda hugged the dragon and Mustard licked him. No one was sad for the death of pirate. They all were happy. Both Ink and Blink were running around the dragon in happiness. So here the poet says that all the characters were happy and they were showing their gratitude toward the dragon as he had saved him. But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. I would have been twice as brave if I hadn't been flustered. And up spoke Ink, and up spoke Blink. We would have been three times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. After they thanked and showed their love towards the dragon, they changed their mind. They were reminded of how they used to make fun of this coward dragon, and now they all were praising him. So at once the dog said that it was just because of some confusion that he wasn't able to do anything, otherwise, he would have been twice as brave as Custard. Both Ink and Blink also said that they would have been three times braver than Custard. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her black kitten and her little grey mouse, and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon, and her Rialio Truelio little pet dragon. Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chase lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice, safe cage. At last, the poet used the same lines again to show that after this terrific episode in which the dragon was the hero, where all the other characters still determined him by saying that they were more powerful than him and could have handled the situation in a much better way. The poet says that Belinda still lives in that little white house with Ink, Blink, Mustard, and Custard, and all of them are very brave, whereas the dragon is still a coward who always wants to stay safe in his cage. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A A B B. The poet has used some poetic devices in the poem. Simile. When poet compare two dissimilar things, always using the words like or as, it is called as simile. For example, Belinda was as brave as a barrel. Mustard was as brave as tiger. Dragon's mouth image like a fireplace refers to the mental representation of an idea or conception expressed through certain words. An image is created about the appearance of a pirate. The attack of the dragon is expressed in a way to make an image in our minds. Metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech in which a comparison is made between unlike things. Chimney for a nose, Refrain. Repetition of a sentence again and again, and a realio, trulio. Poetic license. The act by a poet of changing facts or rules to make poem more effective and interesting. Realio, truelio, for real, true. The spellings have been changed to create a musical effect. Use of word household to rhyme with household. Window is used as window to create rhyme. Hope you have enjoyed the ballad. Stay home, stay safe.